Chosen one, stop everything you're doing right now and listen carefully. What I'm about to share is not just a warning. It's a divine instruction that could change the course of your life forever. God Himself is speaking directly to you today. He is saying, "Do not eat anything for today." Yes, you heard that right. Do not touch a single thing because the coming meal could be your last. This is not a coincidence. If you are watching this video right now, your spirit has been guided here for a reason. Something powerful, something life-altering is happening in your life, and the instructions you follow in the next few hours will determine whether you step into blessings or miss them completely. But here's the urgency. Only certain things are allowed today. Only what God has approved. Anything else could bring consequences you are not ready for. This is more than a spiritual warning. It's a life or death alignment with your destiny. Before we dive into this life-changing revelation, you must take immediate action. Hit that like button. Let the universe know you are ready. Subscribe and join our family. Help us reach 1,000 chosen ones who are awakening today. Comment the number 77 below. This number carries divine energy and sends a powerful signal to the heavens. If you are truly a chosen one, you will watch this video to the very end, because deep down your spirit already knows. This message is for you. If you ignore it, if you skip these instructions, you risk losing blessings that are meant only for you. This is urgent. This is divine. God is ready to change everything in your life, but you must obey. Now do not delay. Let's get into exactly what you are allowed to eat today and what could be your last meal if you fail to follow His command. Today is not just another day. It is a day that stands apart from the ordinary, a day that carries a sacred weight upon your spirit, mind, and body. This is a day chosen by God, a day marked for transformation, a day where your destiny can shift if you heed the divine guidance bestowed upon you. The universe itself seems to pause, holding its breath as if acknowledging that what happens today will ripple through the very fabric of your life. There is a sacred urgency in the air, a calling that transcends routine or earthly concerns. You must recognize that today is spiritually, physically, and mentally crucial. Your being is on the threshold of profound change, and every thought, every action, every morsel of nourishment will either align you with this divine plan or pull you away from it. The sacred nature of this day demands your complete awareness, your full presence, and an unwavering commitment to follow the path God has illuminated. It is a day that requires reverence, focus, and deep gratitude. Ordinary distractions, mundane worries, idle chatter, even well-meaning advice from others can lead you astray. Only through absolute attentiveness and obedience can you honor the divine purpose of today. Your entire being is being prepared for a spiritual awakening, and it begins with recognizing the sacredness that surrounds every choice you make, especially in what you consume and how you connect with God. God has issued a clear and unyielding command. Only specific sacred foods are permitted today. These are not arbitrary rules, but divine instructions designed to nurture your body, mind, and spirit in ways that ordinary foods cannot. Dates, natural grains, and selected vegetables carry a power that other foods do not. They are pure, unprocessed, and free from the energies of trauma or manipulation. This divine guidance is a test of obedience, a measure of your willingness to trust God's wisdom above all else. The foods you eat today are meant to prepare your body for transformation. They align your cells with spiritual vibrations, awaken latent energy, and create a bridge between your mortal existence and higher consciousness. Anything outside of this divine allowance risks disrupting that connection, even dangerously so. Understand that this is not merely dietary advice. It is a sacred covenant. The foods you choose today are a reflection of your respect for the divine plan. Eating only what God permits is a demonstration of your faith and discernment. This is a day to listen deeply, follow meticulously, and honor the instructions that have been divinely entrusted to you. The gravity of today cannot be overstated. Consuming forbidden foods may have consequences known only to God. This is not fear-mongering. It is a warning meant to awaken your attention and seriousness. Today, what you ingest carries immense weight, and straying from the path could bring irreversible outcomes. The next meal you take after disobedience could mark a turning point that you cannot undo. Imagine your body, mind, and spirit as a vessel in delicate transformation. Each choice acts like a key, unlocking or closing doors of potential. Eating only what is allowed ensures that the vessel remains pure and receptive. Any deviation can introduce energy that is misaligned, interrupting the sacred process and possibly bringing harm. God's warning is absolute. Follow the guidance and your path remains clear. Deviate and the consequences are profound. This is not meant to instill fear, but to foster reverence and responsibility. You are being entrusted with a sacred mission to safeguard your own spiritual and physical evolution. This is a call to mindfulness so intense that even ordinary distractions must be cast aside. Today, every bite, every thought, and every moment is part of a divine orchestration designed to elevate you. Today, your body, mind, and spirit are undergoing a rare convergence of change. Spiritually, you are more receptive than ever to divine energy, more attuned to messages from God, and more capable of perceiving the subtle guidance that shapes your destiny. Physically, the food you consume can act as catalysts, fueling the body for resilience, clarity, and strength that ordinary meals cannot provide. Mentally, your consciousness is sharpening, giving you insight into patterns, choices, and future paths that are usually hidden. This triad of transformation is what makes today extraordinary. The ordinary rules of nourishment, thought, and behavior do not apply because you are being prepared for a spiritual elevation that will reverberate through your life. Foods, prayers, and actions are all instruments in this divine symphony, and each must be handled with precision and reverence. It is a reminder that what nourishes others may not nourish you today. Just as some seeds thrive in one soil but fail in another, what suits others may be harmful or irrelevant to your unique spiritual journey. Today, your body and soul are uniquely tuned to specific vibrations, and only by honoring them can you achieve the transformation that God has planned. The universe does not distribute energy uniformly. Each person's spiritual journey is unique. Today, you are denied certain experiences, foods, and influences because your path is singular. What sustains others may not sustain you, and what empowers others may not empower your spirit today. This is a moment of sacred distinction where your journey diverges from the ordinary and moves into divine territory. Understanding this uniqueness requires humility and discernment. You must resist the temptation to compare yourself to others or follow conventional advice blindly. What is meant for others is not meant for you in this moment. What can harm others may be necessary for your growth. Your fate, your transformation, and your future depend on this awareness. By honoring your unique needs, you are embracing God's wisdom and allowing the forces of divine transformation to flow unimpeded. Every choice from food to thought carries weight. Today is not a day for compromise. It is a day for recognition of your individuality and alignment with the path only God has set for you. Today, every choice you make carries weight beyond what you can see. Forbidden foods are not simply off limits because of rules. They are barred because their energies, subtle as they may seem, can disrupt the sacred transformation occurring within you. Only God knows the full consequences of consuming these items today. Consequences that may extend far beyond the immediate physical realm, touching your fate, your spiritual resonance, and your inner clarity. Think of your body as a finely tuned instrument. Introducing the wrong note can resonate through your entire being, creating disharmony that hinders divine alignment. Even the slightest deviation from God's instructions could interrupt the flow of energy, potentially closing doors that were meant to open in your favor. This is why vigilance, discernment, and complete adherence to the sacred foods are vital. This awareness is a form of respect for yourself, for the divine plan, and for the forces guiding your transformation. While others may not understand why certain foods or behaviors are restricted, today your journey is uniquely yours. Obedience is not limitation, it is liberation, allowing God's power to move through you with clarity, purity, and intent. Dates are not just food. They are sacred vessels, carrying ancient spiritual power honored and consumed for millennia as conduits of divine energy. In the past, prophets, mystics, and seekers of truth relied on dates to awaken their inner vision and strengthen their connection to the higher realms. Today, you are invited to partake in this ancient practice, drawing on the same power that once guided souls toward enlightenment. Eating dates today is more than nourishment. It is a ritual, as their natural sweetness dissolves in your mouth. Imagine the energy moving through your body, clearing blockages and awakening dormant potential. The fibers of the date nourish not only your physical self, but also the spiritual essence that is awakening within you. This is a food that resonates with your higher consciousness, attuning you to God's presence. Allow yourself to feel the depth of this experience. In past encounters, you may have eaten dates without truly sensing their effect. Today, however, every bite is purposeful, every taste a reminder of divine guidance, and every moment a step closer to awakening latent spiritual powers. Dates are not merely edible, they are transformative. Natural grains hold a connection to God that is both subtle and profound. Unlike processed or ground flours, grains in their pure, unaltered state contain energy that aligns with divine creation. They are living gifts from the earth, carrying life force, nourishment, and a bridge to spiritual insight. Eating grains today is a sacred act, grounding your body while opening channels of divine perception. The practice of consuming whole grains is ancient. In spiritual traditions across the world, grains symbolize fertility, divine sustenance, and the continuity of life. Today, as you eat grains, remember that each kernel is infused with natural energy that can awaken clarity, patience, and strength. This is nourishment that speaks not only to your body, but also to your soul, harmonizing the physical and spiritual aspects of your being. Do not underestimate the subtle power of grains, even if their effect is not immediately visible. Their influence on your body's vibrations and your spiritual awareness is profound. By consuming them today with intention and gratitude, you are connecting with God's energy in a direct, tangible way. A connection that may feel mysterious now, but will manifest in clarity, insight, and inner transformation. Vegetables are the safest nourishment for your body on this sacred day. They provide essential nutrients without carrying the uncertainties of trauma, contamination, or misaligned energy. While some foods may appear wholesome, they may not resonate with the unique spiritual frequencies active within you today. Vegetables offer pure sustenance, grounding your body while supporting your spiritual awakening. Choosing vegetables today is also a conscious act of protection. Meat, processed foods, and synthesized items can carry energies or influences that interfere with divine alignment. By consuming only vegetables, you create a protective shield, ensuring that your body remains a clean vessel ready to receive spiritual power and divine insight. Embrace the vibrancy and simplicity of vegetables. Each bite is a symbol of obedience, mindfulness, and dedication to the sacred process unfolding within you. As you nourish your body, allow yourself to feel gratitude, not just for the food itself, but for the opportunity to honor God through your choices and actions. Meat is prohibited today, not out of arbitrary restriction, but because of the energy it carries. Animals raised or processed under uncertain conditions can absorb and transmit trauma, fear, and suffering. Consuming such energy may interfere with your delicate spiritual state, blocking the flow of transformation and causing disharmony in your mind and body. Beyond the physical concerns, meat can carry spiritual imprints that are incompatible with today's sacred vibrations. Your body and soul are undergoing a process that requires clarity, purity, and alignment. Anything that carries residual trauma or misaligned energy has the potential to disturb this process, weakening the connection to divine guidance and slowing the awakening of your inner potential. Choosing to abstain from meat is an act of protection and reverence. By honoring this restriction, you are consciously guarding your energy and creating an environment where transformation can unfold without interference. Today, your choices are sacred, and your body is a temple being prepared for divine activation. Today, synthetic or genetically manipulated foods are strictly prohibited. These foods, though common in everyday life, carry altered energies that may conflict with the natural vibrations required for your transformation. Your body and spirit are highly sensitive to these changes, and consuming anything altered in this way could disrupt the divine alignment being cultivated today. Natural, unprocessed foods allow your body to function at its highest potential, facilitating clear thought, spiritual perception, and emotional stability. They are gifts from the earth, infused with the subtle intelligence of creation itself. By choosing foods in their natural state, you are honoring the wisdom of the universe and providing the purest fuel for your transformation. This discipline may feel restrictive, but it is a sacred protection. Your sensitivity today is heightened, your receptivity amplified, and even small misalignments could have lasting effects. By consciously rejecting synthesized or modified foods, you are preserving the purity required for your body, mind, and soul to receive God's full blessing. Today, your spiritual transformation depends as much on your actions as it does on your inner alignment. Prayer is your direct line to God, a way to tune your heart and mind to divine guidance. Speak with intention, not habitually. Let your prayers be full of presence, gratitude, and humility. This is the day to connect deeply, to ask for insight, and to open yourself fully to the energy flowing through you. Gratitude amplifies the power of your nourishment and your spiritual connection. Every bite, every breath, every thought becomes a vessel for divine energy when accompanied by genuine thankfulness. Reflect on the blessings surrounding you, on the sacred foods that sustain you, and on the transformation unfolding within. Gratitude is not a mere feeling. It is a force that strengthens the bond between your mortal self and the divine plan. Focus is the final pillar of your practice. Today, the world will try to distract you with noise, doubt, or the well-meaning interference of others. Protect your attention fiercely. Each moment of mindfulness, each conscious choice to align with God's instruction fortifies your spiritual vessel. By praying with purpose, embracing gratitude, and maintaining unwavering focus, you are creating fertile ground for the transformation that is uniquely yours today. Not everyone around you will understand the sacred importance of this day. Some may offer advice or temptations that seem harmless, but are actually misaligned with your spiritual journey. God has warned you that outside influences can misguide or distract you, pulling you away from the path that leads to clarity, power, and transformation. Awareness and discernment are essential. Distractions come in many forms: words, actions, doubts, or even your own fleeting thoughts. Each has the potential to weaken your alignment if you allow it to take root. Today, your inner compass must remain attuned solely to divine guidance. Even the well-intentioned suggestions of others may not account for the unique spiritual resonance active within you. Guard your time, your thoughts, and your energy. Protect yourself from noise, negativity, and misalignment by creating a sacred mental space free from judgment, gossip, and distraction. You allow the transformative energy of God to flow uninterrupted. Remember, this is your day of empowerment, and you alone can honor the responsibility God has entrusted to you. Transformation is not sudden. It is a process of alignment, discipline, and intentional living. And today, your path to spiritual power and inner strength begins with every decision you make. Eating the sacred foods, abstaining from forbidden items, and focusing your mind are all steps in this preparation. Each act of obedience strengthens your vessel, allowing divine energy to move through you with clarity and force. Preparation also requires patience and trust. You may not feel the results immediately, but every choice you make today creates ripples that will manifest in the days, weeks, and years ahead. Spiritual power is cultivated, not forced, and your dedication to God's guidance today sets the stage for a lifetime of resilience, insight, and alignment with your highest purpose. This is also a day to strengthen your inner resolve. Challenges may arise whether from temptation, doubt, or external pressures. Treat each challenge as an opportunity to fortify your spiritual muscle, to prove your commitment to God's plan. By embracing preparation fully, you step confidently onto the path of transformation, ready to receive the gifts, power, and wisdom that are your divine inheritance. Obedience is the bridge between where you are now and the future God intends for you today. Every act of discipline, every mindful choice, and every moment of prayer lays the foundation for your potential to unfold. By following God's guidance, you are not limiting yourself. You are unlocking a path that leads to strength, clarity, and divine empowerment. This day is sacred because it is transformative. The alignment you achieve today will resonate far into the future, influencing your decisions, your energy, and your ability to perceive and act upon divine wisdom. Every morsel, every thought, and every prayer is a key to a door that opens only when approached with obedience, reverence, and love for the divine plan. Embrace the day fully with courage and faith. Recognize that your transformation is underway, that your destiny is being reshaped, and that God has chosen you for this unique spiritual journey. Your faith and the ultimate gateway to realizing your greatest potential. Today, your body becomes a vessel for divine energy, a conduit through which God channels power, clarity, and transformation. This energy is subtle yet immensely potent, surging through every fiber of your being, awakening dormant potential and igniting a sense of purpose that transcends ordinary understanding. Every heartbeat carries the rhythm of divine intention, reminding you that your body is no longer just flesh and blood. It is sacred. As this energy flows, you may feel warmth, tingling, or a gentle vibration coursing through your limbs. These sensations are not random. They are the physical manifestation of spiritual awakening. God's energy does not force itself. It aligns with your willingness to receive, with your obedience and focus. The more you trust and surrender, the stronger the current of divine power becomes. This infusion transforms more than just the physical. It awakens mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual awareness simultaneously. You begin to perceive subtle signs, understand hidden truths, and feel the presence of the divine in ways that ordinary days could never allow. Today, your body is alive with sacred energy, each cell resonating with purpose. Embrace this surge fully. Move, breathe, and eat with mindfulness. Allow God's energy to permeate every action, thought, and intention. Recognize that this divine infusion is both a gift and a responsibility. What flows through you today will set the stage for your destiny and the transformation of your entire being. Today, your mind will experience a rare clarity, as if the fog of confusion and fear is lifted by divine hands. Thoughts, that once distracted or burdened you will fade, replaced by insight, understanding, and unwavering focus. God's intervention is direct. The clutter that clouds ordinary perception is removed, revealing a path illuminated by spiritual light. Fear, doubt, and hesitation often limit human potential. Today, these forces have no place in your consciousness. As your mind clears, you will notice an inner calm that surpasses logic and reason. A quiet knowing that every step you take is guided by divine will. You will recognize patterns, solutions, and opportunities that were invisible yesterday. This mental clarity is not just a temporary relief. It is a profound tool for transformation. With a clear mind, you are able to absorb the sacred energy of your foods, prayers, and actions more fully. You can discern truth from illusion, the divine from the worldly, and the sacred from the ordinary. Today, God removes mental barriers to help you see what truly matters. Embrace this clarity as a sacred gift. Let it guide every decision, every action, and every interaction. Speak and act from the space of understanding and peace, knowing that the confusion and fear that once limited you have been replaced by divine insight and certainty. Every cell in your body is alive today, not just with life, but with divine intention. The sacred foods you consume, dates, grains, and vegetables, act as holy fuel, awakening cellular intelligence and harmonizing your body with spiritual energy. Each bite is absorbed, not only for physical sustenance, but as nourishment for your higher self. This transformation is physical, yes, but also deeply spiritual. You may notice new energy, sharper focus, or even subtle shifts in your perception. The sacred fuel interacts with your cells in ways ordinary foods cannot, cleansing, repairing, and preparing your body to become a vessel for divine work. Every organ, every neuron, every fiber aligns with the sacred plan God has for you. Your body today is not just a temple. It is a laboratory for transformation. Old patterns of fatigue, weakness, or imbalance may dissolve, replaced with strength, vitality, and resilience. God's energy works through the purity of what you eat to create a body capable of sustaining profound spiritual work and heightened awareness. Honor this process. Move with intention, breathe with consciousness, and allow your body to receive the sacred nourishment fully. Trust that as your cells transform, so too does your destiny, and that this holy fuel is a key ingredient in the miraculous unfolding of your life today. Today, spiritual pathways within you are unblocked and alive, connecting your consciousness directly to the divine. These pathways are channels through which insights, guidance, and inspiration flow freely, enabling you to experience God's messages with clarity and immediacy. Heaven is not distant today. It speaks through you through your thoughts, words, and actions. You may notice sudden flashes of understanding or feel intuitive nudges guiding your steps. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations from the divine. Your openness to these messages determines how fully you can participate in the transformation God has planned. Trust these spiritual whispers, for they are your compass, your roadmap, and your source of divine support. The opening of these pathways also empowers your interactions with the world. You may sense the needs, emotions, or hidden truths of others, allowing you to act with empathy, wisdom, and discernment. Your presence becomes a vessel for peace, clarity, and spiritual influence, reflecting the divine energy flowing through you. Cherish these openings. Pray, meditate, and focus on listening to the guidance that now arrives effortlessly. By nurturing these pathways, you create a permanent connection to God's wisdom, ensuring that today's transformation continues to guide you long after the sacred day ends. Today, distractions are powerless against your focus because your attention is anchored in divine guidance. Worldly temptations, unsolicited advice, or chaotic energies may attempt to sway you, but the sacred alignment you hold protects your consciousness from confusion. Only God's instruction matters now. Nothing else can divert you from your purpose. This divine focus allows you to navigate even the most challenging circumstances with clarity and grace. Each decision you make today is aligned with a higher plan, untouched by doubt, fear, or worldly influence. The clarity you experience ensures that your actions are precise, intentional, and deeply effective in your spiritual transformation. Recognize that every distraction you resist strengthens your connection to God. Each moment of focus is a declaration of faith, a commitment to the sacred process unfolding within you. By remaining unwavering, you create a protective field around your mind, body, and spirit that amplifies the power of your prayers, nourishment, and intentions. Embrace this invulnerability. Allow the world to swirl around you, knowing that the divine shield you carry keeps you on the path of transformation. Today, only God's instruction has the authority to guide you, and every distraction will fail in the presence of your obedience. Silence is not emptiness. It is a sacred space where God speaks most clearly. Today, moments of quiet are opportunities to receive guidance, instruction, and insight directly from the divine. In silence, you tune your soul to the frequency of God's voice, bypassing the noise and chaos of everyday life. By embracing silence, you create a receptive state where intuition and divine inspiration can flow freely. Words are not always needed. Sometimes the guidance comes as a deep knowing, a sudden clarity, or a sense of direction that cannot be explained logically. Listening in silence today is an act of devotion, signaling your readiness to receive your divine assignment. This sacred practice also strengthens your inner discipline. In a world filled with constant chatter and distraction, choosing silence is a conscious act of alignment. Each moment of quiet strengthens your spiritual muscles, making your mind more receptive, your heart more attuned, and your actions more precise. Honor silence as a tool of empowerment. Use it to hear what God is asking of you today, to understand the divine instructions embedded in your thoughts and experiences, and to align fully with the transformative plan designed for you. In silence, your destiny speaks, and you are ready to listen. Obedience is more than compliance. It is an active force that shapes reality. Today, your devotion and adherence to divine instructions open the door for miracles to occur. Every act of obedience, every bite of sacred food, every prayer, every focused thought triggers shifts in energy that have tangible effects on your fate. The miracles you experience may be subtle or profound. They could manifest as sudden clarity, unexpected opportunities, or the resolution of long-standing challenges. Each blessing is a direct result of your willingness to honor the sacred instructions without hesitation or doubt. The universe responds to obedience because it aligns your energy with the divine will. This is not theoretical. History and spiritual teachings consistently show that obedience to divine guidance creates real transformation. By following God's plan fully, you allow the hidden mechanisms of the universe to operate on your behalf, unlocking doors that remain closed to those who act with uncertainty or defiance. Embrace obedience today as your superpower. Recognize that miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable when you submit fully to God's will. Each moment of faith, focus, and reverence transforms your destiny, creating shifts that will reverberate far beyond this sacred hay.